Ho, ho, ho. Happy Hellbent Hollerdays, everybody.
Damn, I have not seen your overlay that you've done until now.
Let us know you can see us and hear us, and we will get started with the show. I need to.
Good St. Bucky.
How's it look? Looks
Looks
pretty
freaking
good.
awesome, man. Sure.
That looks pretty good.
Shoot, I'm feeling festive now.
If you weren't before, you are now. Thank you, Lady Wolf. 5x5.
All
right. Yeah, we couldn't wear anything too festive because we would blend into this very festive wreath around us here.
That's pretty awesome.
Welcome to Hellbent Holler Live. This is our special Hellbent Holler Day special edition episode. We are so excited to see you guys tonight. I know everybody's excited for Christmas. I know we are. We're excited to dive right into the holiday. This is the most festive sweater I have, and it's skulls and just
poison bottles.
Yeah,
so there you go.
Yeah. It's been a busy Christmas so far. We've been busy with a lot of stuff, and we are ready to kind of relax tomorrow for Christmas and then hit the ground running and really kick off 2025. I think everybody else is pretty excited about that too. But I wanted to welcome you guys to the show. We got everybody in here today. Yeah. What you got, Joseph? We got Bucky here. Oh, you're going to say I got nothing?
I got nothing.
We got Bucky
I got
here.
Bucky here, though.
Yeah,
so.
we got Bucky here. So, yeah.
Brian, thank you for joining the membership.
Welcome to the membership, Brian. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We appreciate the support.
I posted a picture earlier today. I went to the gym today because we always eat a lasagna on Christmas. And that's, I guess a lot of people eat turkey or ham. But we always do a lasagna on Christmas. I remember last year we did a Christmas special that was very special because I burned the lasagna in the middle of it.
It was last year. Yeah. We were shooting from our library. That sounds so fancy. From our library where we have our Christmas tree at.
Library.
And we had lav mics on instead of our usual, like, standard stationary mics. And Jesse was cooking while we were live streaming. And the lasagna started to smoke. It started setting off the fire, like the smoke alarms. And I went in to clear them, and I still had the lav mic on. And I'm cursing up a storm. And then I realized I had the damn lav mic on, and I was just like, well, I just ruined everybody's Christmas.
That was our
with
very
my foul language. So
somebody said it was like Christmas vacation. Everybody kind of got a laugh out of it. But yeah, so that was our first time that we used the lav mics for the show. We might do a Christmas stream on tomorrow. We might, I don't know, from the library. I'm not sure. I know that most of you guys are going to probably be doing Christmas stuff tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And then I have to work Christmas Day. So, I will not be here with my Joseph. I will be working.
Thank you for that, Alan. We appreciate
Thank
that.
you, Alan.
So that's going into the camera fund. We've got to upgrade our cameras first thing this year. We've got to
we actually had to travel 3 hours yesterday to go pick up.
See about trying to get another camera.
Yep.
We usually use one camera for everything, and it's starting to give up the ghost. So we've got to get a. So we're going to throw it towards the camera fund. Thank you, sir. We
track down a camera right now for that. So because we use the same camera for the live stream on Mondays as we use for going out in the woods. So we just pull that off that tripod and put it on another tripod. And
we got to get a dedicated camera for this stuff, man. So because if that camera goes out, we ain't live streaming. We're not doing anything for the. Thank you, Okie.
Thank you,
Merry
Okie.
Christmas, my friend. Thank you so much.
Merry Christmas, sir. I'm trying to go through the chat right now.
We have like Bigfoot royalty in the
whoa.
Central Florida Bigfoot. Our buddy Matt, who I guess is
the Bigfoot King of Paint Lick, Kentucky.
Yes, indeed. He is the Bigfoot King of Paint Lick, Kentucky.
In terms of the merch store, it looks like everybody that put in orders has pretty much gotten their orders.
Except for that last one, we put t-shirts back live again. So I think there's a few still in transit.
There's still a couple in transit, yeah. So, but yeah, I think I want to appreciate you guys for ordering all the stuff from the merch store. I think it was a really good Christmas launch, and look forward to some new designs coming out in January. I'm going to release another batch of designs, and probably January, and another one in a couple months after that. So we'll just be constantly refreshing the store for you guys. Mr. Joe, you got anything? Was that it? That's our whole show.
That's the whole
All right,
show.
thanks.
Damn, this gets easier every week.
I'm going through the chat right now. We didn't have a ton prepared, honestly, because we have just
Sam Burton is here as usual,
going
with problems. Nothing but problems on that cursed farm. Nathan Graffam, hello from South Carolina. Hello, neighbor. So anyway, tonight, guys, we don't really have a agenda. We don't really have a topic.
We're just gonna go freeform Christmas.
Freeform Christmas, man. So we did release. We talked about our video last week that we released. We're still in the process of getting other stuff up to bring out the continuation of that. So
Sean Hawk responded. He goes, "I remember the burnt lasagna. Joe was not very happy. Nope. I was
cussing up.
I was talking about not making a lasagna this year because I ruined the last year." So before we came on air tonight, we actually released a video for members. It was a short video for members, and it was kind of some bonus footage that we had.
Just a little something.
So we've been working on what is referred to as the Laurel Creek incident. This lady got in touch with us about a encounter that she and her husband had while horseback riding, and wrote us an email about it. And it's a very bizarre encounter.
I don't even know what we can talk about that now. As weird as the behavior is getting.
Okay.
So
in the following episode that's coming up, that'll follow up to this previous episode that I put out, we're going to go in depth on that email and talk about exactly what she said to us that prompted us to go out. And
what a teaser that is, man. Damn, what a teaser that is. Thank you, California Ryan.
But before we went live tonight, I released a short video, which was kind of bonus footage that we got while we were driving around up on those old mountain roads. And we found a very weird thing out there. And we found something that kind of it proves that there's some sort of strange human element out there.
That doesn't prove that there's a strange human element. You and I disagree on that.
Okay.
There could be something that happened to a strange human up there.
Okay.
It's weird. But thank you, Mr. Dog, sir. Merry Christmas to my favorite cryptid, UAP, and Woo hunters. Much love.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get into it too much because
we just released it.
Yeah, we just released it. So, but we'll let people digest it and then we'll talk about it. So, couple quick things here. Kristen Leone had said they wanted a plain Hellbent Holler black and orange 3X. We're going to probably get some more shirts up after the holidays. We've got like small, medium, and larges and extra larges.
Right now, I've got small, medium, large, and maybe 2 extra larges left.
Like 2 extra large t-shirts, not
a quantity,
2XL.
Sorry, a quantity of 2.
I understand you, but I'm just clarifying it for everybody out there.
A quantity of 2.
Somebody's going to get the Frau Pecta treatment for Christmas if they keep up.
What is Frau Pecta?
Frau Pecta is I believe it's Barbarian. It's like so there are these things called the Companions of St. Nicholas, and they're very regional.
Okay.
Everybody knows about Krampus. Okay. Krampusnacht, which is Krampus. So St. Nicholas, Sinterklaas, St. Nicholas is a saint. So he can reward the good children, but it's really frowned upon for a saint to do anything negative to kids. So he usually has a companion with him in some regions of Europe.
Okay.
Mostly, the Germanic and like the Nordic areas. And they vary a great deal. But everybody knows about Krampusnacht, Krampus, because he's cool looking. He's, looks like the Western version of Satan almost. Okay. And he's got his switches that he beats kids with, and he puts them in a sack and takes them away. But it's either Frau Pecta or Frau Parkta, depending where you're at. So she is there's a small subset of folklore called Christmas witches. Okay. In some cultures, they're good. Some cultures, they're bad. But the Frau, they call her the spinning room lady. She has a beaked nose made out of iron. She's usually in rags. She's like a decrepit old, crone figure, basically. But what I always thought was interesting about her is, St. Nicholas, if you're good, you get toys, treats, sweets, everything like that. If you're bad, you get like a lump of coal.
Yeah.
Okay, with the spinning room lady. If you're good, you get a little silver coin slipped into your shoe that you put out for her.
Okay.
If you're bad, she disembowels you and then stuffs your.
I think that's like an extreme response.
It's pretty well. It gets worse. She like disembowels you and then stuffs your body cavity with straw and gravel.
Oh God.
And I'm just going. It just seems like I don't want to enter into this. The most I'm going to get is a tiny little silver coin, but then the downside is I could possibly get disemboweled.
Sounds like the worst.
How about I just don't? How about I just don't partake in this?
Opt out. I'm opting out.
Yeah.
We got a couple super stickers and stuff on here. I'm gonna get on here. Did you do California Ryan? I'm sorry.
I did.
California Ryan.
California.
He used to be homeless Ryan, but no longer. Turdog, thank you for that 1999. Merry Christmas to my favorite cryptid UAP and Woo Hunters. Much love.
Already
You
got
did
that
that one already.
Already got that one.
Curtis
too.
Whitaker.
And you got Curtis.
Wow, look at me. I've done something right on this show. All right. Curtis Whitaker, thank you, sir. I appreciate that, my sir. You were actually pretty quick to the draw on that. And Tom O'Toole with that $50 super sticker.
Thank you. Hey, Tom, thank you so much for that. That's going to help us get one night. We're either going to be doing it from the phone, the Monday night show.
We've done it from the phone before.
Well, we might be doing it soon, or we'll be doing it from a camera that actually is made to do that as opposed to the one we use to bounce around.
And it'll be a lot better to do it from that. Go Pack asked a question. He goes, I'm kind of new here, but I'm guessing y'all are in North Carolina. We are in South Carolina. We're in the upstate of South Carolina. I am originally from Western North Carolina in Haywood County, and Joe's originally from Virginia. Joe, your camera phone is doing very well here, my man. Dead and Yard Haunt $9.99. Scary Christmas. I make a Krampus mask too. Of course you do. I've got a mask that Dead End Yard Haunt made that is a werewolf version of me. And I went back.
Awesome.
I went back to my blue hair because
partially because of
the mask.
I'll get the mask real quick. We've got it set out over here.
Partially because of the mask. I was like, I've got to go back to blue hair because he made me this werewolf mask and it has the blue hair on it and it's absolutely fantastic. He's grabbing the mask right now.
And what I like about this is it's hold on. So
this was made by Dead End Yard Hunt. I'm going to take Bucky down for a second.
Yeah. So Dead End Yard Hunt sent this to Jessie, and while it was in transit, she goes, "I think I'm going to mix my hair up a little bit and get rid of the blue and just go like all dark."
I didn't know this had the blue on it.
So he sends her the Jessie werewolf mask that has the blue in the front. And then he saw that she had taken the blue out of her hair and he was like crushed.
It was heartbreaking.
What I dig about this is it's a classic like Wolfman werewolf mask. It doesn't have a snout like a Dogman. So if we ever do look into getting like Dogman footage, you know what I'm saying? Like legit Dogman footage, people can't go, well, they've got a mask. I saw it. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's awesome.
It's one of my favorite things. I'm going through the chat right now. We've got some stuff already marked if you want to grab that.
Central Florida Bigfoot asks, we use a Sony camcorder that we use for our investigations. And then because we just basically reuse the investigation equipment to stream from, but we've been doing this for years. So that camera's getting a lot of use. We need to get like a dedicated vlogging camera for this. It'll look better. And then it's also not, I gotta preserve my camcorder.
Yeah, we're looking at a Sony dedicated vlogging camera for this particular show. And then also what I'm looking at for 2025 is expanding out some more and possibly introducing some more live streams throughout the week that we will be doing. So we'll be utilizing that camera for that as well.
Elmer Fudd, thank you for that. Is there an area having a hard time talking? Is there any area that you will not go to again and why? It's because of all the A's in there. Is there any area that you will not go to again and why? We have not gone back to Panthertown, which was our first foray into this sort of stuff. We're ready to go back into there now. I think
we're definitely ready.
I think we're ready to go back in there now. But we are hesitant to go back into Corpsewood Manor. Most areas we'll go back into. We
recently did an interview with our friend Lane Marshall for the Paranormal Palaver podcast that he does.
Ooh, good.
And
good promotional work.
Yeah.
There.
And
impressive.
we discussed Corpsewood Manor there. I mean, I know people ask about Corpsewood Manor all the time. We discussed Corpsewood Manor. We also discussed our North Georgia investigation area. The subject of the podcast was the human element that we encounter when we're out doing these investigations. So Joe and I are out in the woods all the time. And you would think the scariest thing we would encounter is the possibility of running across these creatures that we're looking for. I mean, we're out here looking for something that's supposedly 8-9 feet tall, hairy, muscular, aggressive. But more often than not, we run across, the scariest thing we run across is people.
Well, it's because I think that the likelihood of encountering sketchy people is higher than the likelihood of encountering.
Of course, yeah.
Because, I mean, look what we have encountered. We're out all the time with equipment ready to capture that. We've captured strange lights, strange vocalizations, strange stuff on thermal, but we've never come around the corner and had like a face-to-face like Bigfoot sighting and then gotten chased out of the woods by it. That ain't happened like yet, you know. And I hope that doesn't to that degree. But we've also had run-ins with very sketchy people. So
yeah, and that's a question that people ask us a lot when we do podcast interviews. But that particular interview on his podcast is all about that, and we talk about that for about an hour and a half. We discuss some of the weirdest human encounters we've had, and we go into depth on that. And some of the stuff we talk about is a little too spicy for YouTube. So I think it's on a podcast.
We figured we'd get his show deplatformed instead of ours. So there you go. Two Shadows. Thank you so much for that. Merry Christmas to you as well. Merry Christmas to all of you folks.
Somebody had a great idea. We could open up the open lines if we wanted to in a little bit.
We might do that. I actually had that done. We might do that. So like and claw, happy holidays. Chat actually having ZD for this year's holiday.
Yes.
I was surprised by how many people like did that. That's a Jesse family thing.
Yeah, my dad always makes a lasagna when I was a little kid. It's a one time a year my dad would cook, and my mother would dread the dishes that would be created. But my dad would always do a lasagna. So now every year at Christmas, I make a lasagna for us. Italian at Christmas is the way to go. I think everybody's tired of turkey by the time.
I came from wealth and privilege, so we had like goose.
You're Irish. You had fish sticks and crinkle fries.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So, Travis Shaver, thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Travis.
Yeah, we're trying to source another. The camera I use right now is discontinued, and it's perfect for this. So we're trying to source one of those, but then we're like, all right, when we do find one, we're going to have to not use it as a podcasting camera because we're going to have to baby it along. And now I'm terrified I'm going to face plant one night and just shatter it. So I always just going, I'll just get another one when I need to. And then now I find out that they're pretty hard to get. So
I've got some stuff selected if you want to get some of them.
Yeah. I'm just kind of going through here real quick.
Yeah.
Spectator
Bob. Hellbent Hollerdays. You'll love it. We've not watched Scrooge yet.
We watched, and I know this is getting off the crypto. People don't want just like a variety hour, you know.
It's
like
Christmas.
Sonny and Cher type thing. We watched the old FX. What's
A Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol. I guess it's not that
starring
old.
Guy Pearce.
It's like what, like 8 years old?
I have no
5
idea.
years old, something like that. That's pretty freaking awesome. It's dark, very dark.
But it was fantastic. It was really, really wonderful. And it's 3 hours. I'm excited for Nosferatu.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Carl Baker, what do you guys think about the drones and the orbs showing up more and more every day? I personally think the orbs are angels. I had a person stop me today and ask me if I had heard about the biblically accurate angels that were being seen in the sky. And this is not a religious person or even a UFO person, but they had seen it, and that was the first thing that they got to. My gut response on all of this is that, and again, I'm a firm believer in like the UAP phenomenon. So I believe that there's weird stuff up there. I don't think it's aliens. I think it's stuff that's either you would consider it interdimensional, or it's stuff that's been here all along, like crypto-terrestrial. It's from here, but it's just hidden most of the time.
Yeah.
And I think that there are cutting edge military drones in the sky right now above New Jersey, California, North Carolina, Great Britain, all of these places. And then I think that there are other drones that are beyond cutting edge. They use the term bleeding edge, that according to some of the New Jersey politicians that have been speaking out against this, seem to be 50 to 100 years more advanced than what we have right now. But they're still mechanical, like craft. They just don't show up on thermal. They can hide from night vision. They can stay up for a long time. They can move in very strange ways. But then there's also a lot of these orbs and who knows who are piloting those? Who knows? Do you know what I'm saying? That might be a non-human intelligence. That might be a government contractor or government department that has access to stuff that the rest of the government does not have. But then there are these orange lights, these wheels within wheels within wheels in the sky. And so there's multiple things going on up there right now. And I think right now that there's an effort to cloud people's thought process on this, meaning that they're trying to flood the skies with things that they can point to and go, that's fake. There's nothing to see here. Very strange. So some of the stuff that's taking place on the ground is very weird. And you always have to sift through this stuff. Not everything you see on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook is real. Some of it is legitimately debunked, even though I hate the whole debunking thing because it's
a lot of it is debunking by decree.
And it's weaponized and it's basically just, but mixed in with that is some stuff that has no explanation that people are struggling to debunk. And then basically they just say it's debunked and then everybody's supposed to just drop it at this point. But there is some weird stuff going on. There's also some hoaxing going on. And sometimes the hoaxing, I think, is to, again, get you to throw the baby out with the bathwater with this stuff.
Chris and Leon, speaking of this drone situation, it came out that there was a lost nuke that we, the USA, were missing. That's why they...
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. Go back to your thing.
That's why they were down so low. They were looking.
Shows off the rails.
They were looking for the nuke that was missing. I believe it was Enzo Surreal on the chat last week that had a very good point that if that was the intention of these drones, if that's the purpose of it, that there is a lost nuke, that they're looking for this, they're looking for signatures of radiation or anything like that, wouldn't they be on the ground looking for that? It's a lot more effective to be on the ground, have people that are dressed as, gas company.
And that use a gas leak as a cover. And
instead of sending up drones in the middle of the night only.
I spoke to somebody who was in the position of knowing things like that after that show. And I'm assuming that Enzo has been involved with some sort of like CBR, chemical, biological, radiological type of stuff.
Because, like response situation?
Yeah, because the person I spoke to who's in a position to know, who's like active with that stuff right now, just went, yeah, whoever told you that knows what they're talking about. So, and if it was a missing like dirty bomb or something that could potentially be a dirty bomb, why would they not be searching during the daytime as well?
Yeah.
Because right now, all eyes are on the sky. A lot of people don't look up, but everybody's looking up right now, especially in those areas. And they're not seeing this stuff in the daytime. There's a beach cam, like a webcam that's at a beach where you can just watch the beautiful beach. You can click on and watch it from all around the world.
Roll that beautiful beach footage.
Roll that beautiful beach footage. And it plays at night as well. And it switches over to a night vision kind of camera mode, like a low light camera mode. You can watch these things coming in as the sun sets in like waves. At one point, I was just going, this is some War of the Worlds crap here. Just waves of these lights coming in from the ocean. So they're not there during the daytime. They come in at night. So I don't know what it is. It could be, let's go to this level with it. A lot of these non-human intelligence, like UAP type things, seem to be interested in nukes, nuclear weapons, nuclear reactors, nuclear powered vessels. And maybe there is a loose nuke up there. And that's what the government's up there looking for. And then these things are showing up because they apparently are attracted to like nukes for some reason. I don't know. They're picking up elevated radiation in some of these areas, but civilians should not be able to really do that. If it's like a dirty bomb, that's a big dirty bomb. It's like civilians picking it up.
That's the big dirty.
What if the radiation is coming from these like orange orb crafts up there? One of the other things too that I saw is that towns up there are starting to complain about their water.
Smelling like nail polish
and having an odd taste. And these
having like some sort of, I guess, an acetone scent.
Yeah. And a lot of these drones were reported as spraying stuff at one point. I don't know, man. At this point, this is one of my things that I find frustrating and fascinating about all this entire topic, any of these topics, is that especially in the information age, something like this happens, bam, it's like everything just all of a sudden starts coming out, and it's hard to sift through to know what's real and what's not real.
Yeah.
Some of that I think is a government response where they're trying to throw a bunch of bad information out to muddy the waters, to just do exactly that, to make you not know what's real and or whatnot. So
another little aside about this week I was at work and a gentleman came in with a SpaceX hoodie on, and I was like, oh, cool SpaceX hoodie. And he goes, oh yeah, I work for them, I'm a analyst. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. So I showed him our Brown Mountain Lights footage because he asked, I said, oh, what are you doing anything with these? What do you think about these drones? He goes, why do you think I'm here? So apparently he was in town to kind of look into the drone situation that's happening in the closest major city to us where I work. But he couldn't really tell me a lot. It was kind of under wraps of it. That's all I could get. But I did show him our Brown Mountain Lights footage. And he goes, oh yeah, that's what we're calling orbs. That's basically what these things look like, is what you got on that footage. So he was like, he was really into the footage, but apparently they're sending analysts all over to these areas where these orbs or these drones or these craft are being seen, and they're looking into them. So it's not just the government that's looking into this.
So we're going to get like contacted by Elon Musk pretty much any day to be like sponsored.
I'm waiting for my grant from Elon Musk at this point. Thank you, Central Florida Bigfoot.
Thank you,
you
Central
are
Florida
awesome.
Bigfoot. Thanks for being on the show tonight. Thank you for that. So our friend Central Florida Bigfoot just relocated to Kentucky. That's what the Kentucky jokes are constantly about. So you may see us in Kentucky.
He's gonna have to change his name.
All right, let's see what else.
To the Bigfoot King of Paint Lake, Kentucky.
Oh Lordy. So
I got some stuff marked on there.
All right, I'm going through here. I'll start pulling this stuff up. What is Wolf Girl 2011? What is y'all's favorite investigation so far? Favorite
while we were out doing it, or favorite
afterwards? That's what I'm kind of processing through right now. Or most interesting, like favorite, just favorite investigation we've done so far. I'm gonna say the one that the settlement video we just did recently.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't like it at the time.
Ghosts of Appalachia.
And I didn't like it afterwards.
That's probably
and
one
we
of
have
my
not gone
ones.
back there yet.
Yeah.
We have not gone back there yet. But as far as it's my favorite, because the whole goal of this is to.
Oh, I want to go get what you gave me for my birthday and show them. Can I show them?
Yeah, knock stuff out. So yeah.
I want to show them.
So
they're gonna flip.
Yeah, the whole goal of this is to advance the stuff beyond campfire stories. We believe in some pretty crazy, wacky stuff. I'm aware of that. We're pretty out there with what we believe. We're pretty out. Well, when I say believe, what we're open to. We're open to the possibility of some really wacky stuff. We're not your typical like Bigfoot people. Wackadoodle stuff. We get bananas with it, and we the whole goal of it is to get like evidence of that, to get something to kind of show that some of this wacky stuff does exist out there, and some of these people that report this stuff, not all of them are crazy, not all of them are lying. So with that one, I went from being disturbed and kind of uncomfortable that investigation to when we got that black figure going on camera. That's the holy grail, man. That's exactly
that was probably one of the best pieces of information, pieces of evidence that we've ever captured.
So
because it was so clear. It had a precursor. It had there was a spike on the tri-field when it
and the way it unfolded is that we didn't even notice it on the computer screen. We told the story before. We did a release the night before, and somehow in the upload process with YouTube, the audio got unsynced. So our lips were not completely synced up with what we were saying on this video. And we were doing a live stream afterwards from the woods when people told us, hey, your video that you just released, there's an audio issue. So we were going, crap, is there one that's going to release in a few hours tonight? So we had to rush home
and watch it. And
on
it was like
big screen TV, and we're just staring at our lips, trying to make sure that everything like is matched up. And that's when we saw shadow. And when we had to pull the other video down, Jesse had to re-edit some stuff in the middle of it to kind of like show it, slow it down, brighten it, darken it, do everything like that to kind of show what this black static was.
And we did a show. It was probably one of our Monday shows where we kind of broke down that footage frame by frame and really looked at that. And it was just fantastic because it had a precursor to it. Joe saw this shadowy figure in that doorway behind him. He described it as a static shadow figure, a dark staticky figure. I had that spike on my tri-field meter. And then right after that, this black figure passes between me and the camera. I have that queued up if you guys ever want to see that again. We can watch it. We can take a look at that or go through it frame by frame. But it was just insane. It was absolutely insane. But yeah, that's probably my favorite investigation that we've done.
It didn't start that way, but now it's starting to get to that point.
I started out doing more things on the paranormal side, ghost hunting and the like. And Hellbent Holler has been really geared towards cryptid investigations primarily up until this point. With the launching of my contact modalities experiment, I think I'm going to kind of dip my toes more into the paranormal side of things. And the whole Halloween special with those 2 episodes was us really kind of launching that and getting back into that field. We're going to continue to do cryptid stuff, of course. We have several episodes coming out that is part of this Laurel Creek incident, which is primarily, and it's geared towards Bigfoot because it was a Bigfoot sighting that prompted us to go out there. But we're definitely going to sort of make a little foray into the paranormal and into ghost hunting going forward as well, just because that's something that I've always been passionate about. And it's something that goes along with my contact modalities project that I'm working on. So my birthday was actually on Saturday, December 21st, the solstice, and Joe gave me one of my gifts, which was a fantastic, amazing, cool piece of equipment that we're going to be using. I'm so glad we've not returned to that settlement yet because I want to take this to that settlement and really dive into it. Joe got me if you're familiar with the Ovilus device, now an Ovilus device will get environmental readings, whether it be like an electromagnetic field, temperature, or anything like that. And it feeds it into, it takes those readings and then spits out basically a word. It has a whole library of words. And so whatever entity is there, whether it be a ghost or whatever, it can use the device to communicate. So this is something a little different than an Ovilus. This is called a Polter script. Listen to this start up.
Yep.
Isn't that cool? So it's going to load up and we're going to run it in here. Now we have a lot of equipment running in terms of computers, cameras, everything. So you got all kinds of electrical interference happening right now. So we might end up getting some weird stuff on this thing, but let's run it and see what happens just for funsies. But I'm so excited that Joe got me this. I'm so excited to bring this out to that old settlement and see if the ghost or demon or whatever it was that wanted to buck up on you has anything to say via the Polter script. All right, I've got it going right now, and we'll just let it run while we're doing this.
So what this does is this will scan. We've got it set on low sensitivity right now. It will scan through the electromagnetic. I'm still trying to figure out how it works. Scans through the electromagnetic.
Yeah, we've still got some looking into it.
And supposedly the theory is, and I used to dismiss all this stuff because I would just be like, so like a ghost would know how to manipulate this thing. I don't know. I'm not ruling anything out at this point, man. I think you're dealing with forces that obviously have the ability to manipulate things, electronics, cause fluctuations and disruptions on the electromagnetic, like spectrum. So I don't know. We'll see how this works. I mean, obviously we picked stuff up on electronic, like recorders that we have not picked up, not heard with our own ears. So same kind of basic thing. Here, you can take that.
Yeah. And then we'll just let this run. And if it gets anything, if anything comes up, we'll see what happens. I'm so excited. I'm not here. gosh, I'm so excited. So I just said here. I turned the sensitivity up just a hair. Lesser. Okay.
Jeez. All right.
Tina.
Here, lesser Tina. You know what I'm saying?
Porch. Yeah, we've got a lot of equipment in here, so it's gonna
Yeah,
probably.
I'd kill it for right now.
Okay,
So, or turn it like kind of way down.
Okay.
So yeah. Bonnie Blue McGee. I've always found it fascinating how the Christmas season was usually scarier and darker than Halloween in the olden times. I was going to show this real quick. We were talking about Frau Pukta, and I saw, I was looking at something else up here. That's a picture of her. That's a representation from her from a book
After
from
she
the early.
does the disemboweling.
Yeah, exactly. So that is obviously a bit grimmer than just, although Krampus looks more fearsome, getting hit with some switches ain't bad. If that's the worst thing that happened to you, you got off all right. But, and then there are, in Iceland, there were these things called the Yule lads. And there were like 13 of them. I want to say 12, but I think it was 13 Yule lads. And one would show up at Icelandic homes every night. And they were basically trickster entities. Okay. They would invade your home and they would do things. One of them they had like weird names like door slammer, spoon licker,
This sounds like what you call me on a daily basis.
Yeah. So like there was like the sausage stealer or the sausage thief or something like that would steal food. And they were basically trickster spirits that would kind of represent how like the dangers of winter could sneak into a village, and like winter would get more and more dangerous the longer it stretched out. Just metaphor. And people would start to kind of outdo each other with the visitations of the Yule lads. And they all of a sudden weren't just slamming doors, but they were disemboweling people, burning people in their homes, doing all this stuff. And they eventually had a public decree. And like
Brown Dwarf goes bong ripper. That's the modern day Yule.
Well, with that one, it finally got so bad that there was a public decree that you could not tell Yule lad stories anymore. And the Yule lads were
as
basically,
if it conjures them up.
No, because they were scaring children so badly, because now kids were literally being told that these things were going to break in their house and disembowel them and their parents. So it went beyond just, it's going to come slam your doors and wake you up. It's like, it's going to kill you in your bed.
Well, Pork Chop has the foot sniffer, so.
Jesus. Good Lord.
Yes.
Yes. I don't even know what to say after that. I think I'm done here.
Somebody asked if we had seen Todd Standing's latest image.
No, I have no clue.
I have it pulled up. I'll see it here. I don't know. I've not seen it. I pulled it up.
Here, while you're pulling that up, this is interesting. Anything more from the lady who lost her dog? No. Nothing at all ever. You know what I'm saying? Nothing.
It's been silence from her. Nothing. Nothing at all. Here you go. This is his Instagram. Take a look.
What am I looking at here?
That looked like.
You're probably going to get us some. I'd watch out playing the videos.
Okay. I wasn't playing.
I'm just saying. I just don't know if we.
That was it. I just had the image up. So
that looked. Well, I'll let you guys draw your own conclusions. I don't know. What do you?
Todd debunked it. Okay. All right. See, everybody's giving us cross streams here.
Gotcha. Anything. We have not heard anything more about the lost dog. We haven't heard from anybody involved in that. The people that we have been speaking to, if they're watching right now, about the Laurel Creek incident, that has not been very pleasant to deal with.
No,
and I'm not speaking out of turn on that. We're going to be, I don't know. We're kind of having second thoughts about going for like witness reports right now, and we're almost thinking about just focusing on just traditional areas where we've experienced activity in the past. So anytime you introduce like a human element into it. And here's the other thing too, is with the thing with the dog attack. We heard some weird stuff out there. We never found anything that
directly pointed to that,
or we didn't even find anything that backed up a confrontation with these dogs, like that was claimed. So I don't know. A lot of times you don't know whether you're going on a wild goose chase or not. The thing up at Laurel Creek, now something's going on there.
Something's
definitely going
on
there. Something's definitely going on there. But the other thing too, we don't know. I mean, we went. It was an area where we knew we could get into, and we knew where they were talking about.
We might do another follow-up there just to check it out. Maybe follow up on that again, but we've not heard anything.
And I'm not saying I don't believe it. I'm just saying that we couldn't find anything to verify. We didn't have anything happen where we walked away going, yes, this happened.
Yeah.
So I still don't know. So
yeah,
what are you going to
do? For this investigation, this whole series of investigations we're on right now, it's been very strange. And it kind of makes us, when you do this kind of stuff and you talk to witnesses who come to you with these stories, you have to have a grain of skepticism about it. And you have to be willing to kind of protect yourself when it comes to this, because you have people coming to you from the internet, telling you these stories.
Internet's a dark place.
The internet's a dark place, and you don't know what they're kind of sending you into. So it's been kind of a strange thing. The aftermath has been very strange. And, but I think you guys will see some of that when we get the rest of these videos out to y'all. Cynthia said, I would go back and see if the shadow figure shows up. I think you're talking about the Ghost of Appalachia area.
We've got some stuff planned. We're going to run a camera in there longer, pretty much, instead of just having an audio recorder. We've got some stuff planned up for that. And we want to deploy this. That is a pretty creepy.
Yep.
And what's crazy is I used to dismiss a lot of like ghost hunting stuff because I really wasn't into ghosts. I wasn't into the paranormal. I just thought a lot of it was just kind of like silly. But now I'm going, well, we've experienced weird electromagnetic stuff. Maybe something could use I don't even, how would you do this? Like a digital library and voice synthesizer that's hooked up to like things that detect fluctuations in EMF.
A lot of people use apps on their phones. I don't really trust those very much.
I don't trust sensors in your phone for like stuff like that.
I think that's a little odd, but this is really cool. I've seen the Ovilus used a lot. You've seen the Ovilus used on Ghost Adventures and similar programs, but this has really not been used in a widespread way. So I'm really excited to bring this out and really give it a try and see what happens when we're in an area that obviously has no power and no interference when it comes to anything like that. So I'm looking forward to deploying this out in that area that we filmed Ghosts of Appalachia in. It definitely warrants a return trip, and a follow-up.
Central Florida says Ham Club thinks nothing of the drones and says it's just other drone users. It might be. Some of the orb-like activity looks weird though, man. And some of the stuff that you've seen, but here's the deal. I'm not witnessing it firsthand. And I hate short form video evidence like that, because what's AI up to right now? Like 8 seconds of footage that it can like fake pretty freaking well.
I don't know.
And it's pretty easily available. So
the
anything
Gronk one is nuts.
Yeah. So it's just, it's hard for me to, I think something's going on up there, but guess what? I could also come back and go, what do I know? Looks like I was completely wrong. But from some of the people that are there on the ground that we're friends with as well, that, let's see here. Enzo's YouTube crashed, I think, shortly after we started talking about him. They're onto your computer. They want to know what you know.
Well, you said he was a part of some program at some point in time.
Well,
you threw him under the bus on that one.
Suji. Everybody should be open to some wacky stuff because it's just going to keep getting wackier.
I feel like it is. Yeah.
I feel like it's going to get wackier as well.
Somebody mentioned earlier that, the drone stuff was happening. That was what everybody was talking about. That was the hottest topic. That was the number one thing everybody was talking about. And now it's dropped off completely, even though it's still happening. So is the bloom fall off the rose with the media and the drone event? Is everybody just off for Christmas now?
I still don't think you always hear about disclosure that everybody's going to lose their minds, and they might temporarily, but 72 hours. I really don't know what the new, other than just going, hey, the world's going to end in a week. That would not do it. But if somebody came out and went, listen, here's what's up. there's another intelligence here, and we don't know where they're from. We don't know if they're from here, from somewhere else. It seems like they've been here a long time. We're not even sure if you could call this technology, like where you're used to technology, but they're here. We can't really do anything to stop them. And people would flip out for, I think, 72 hours.
Yeah.
And then they would just go, hey, did you hear about that stuff? Yeah, I heard something about it. And they just move on to the next thing, man. That's a survival mechanism, if nothing else, at this point. So
this is very important. The Chuff Doge says, Jesse, rub my belly, please.
that Doge is chuffed. So
He's quite. Larry Sharp's been a member for 12 months.
Thank you, Larry.
Happy Monday, y'all, and Merry Christmas and prayers for you all.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for the support. So
we are definitely, we're all definitely ready.
You guys have a lot of equipment that be, I don't know what that last part is there, Grace. Used them.
Yeah. I've told Joe, I said, I'm going to have to put it together a bag just for all the ghost hunting equipment I've got. I've got 2 ghost boxes at this point. That's the device that scans through radio stations. And then the theory behind it is.
And again, I always just thought that was like crappy, but you've kind of won me over on all of this stuff. So,
really?
Yeah. So
you're so negative about all these things. And
well, I still don't think it's the spirits of like dead people that you're interacting with. I still don't think that. Nothing I've seen has made me think differently than that. But after experiencing the weird equipment stuff that we've experienced, catching some of the stuff on digital recorder that we've got, I want to see what this does now, man. You've gotten weird stuff on the spirit box that was like extremely relevant to what we were experiencing at the moment. And I have to second guess that constantly going, were we reading into it? No, there wasn't no reading into it. That was just flat out.
When we did the Devil's Graveyard investigation where I did the Estes method, that was terrifying, honestly. And I don't realize it when it's going on, because I don't understand what's going on around, and I don't put together these things within context at all until I see it afterwards. But that freaked everybody out pretty bad too.
Yeah. All right, let's see what else we got here. Talking about how great I am. Thank you, Lady Wolf.
You are doing a great job,
Lady Wolf
Joe.
gets me. Lady Wolf gets me. Everybody wishing you a happy birthday. Yeah, Jesse's birthday was a few days ago.
Thank you all. Having Christmas birthdays is usually pretty terrible, but everybody was very, very nice.
Bonnie wants to know if we smudged the house lately. If not, you might get a few words on that thing. The thing was, here's the thing, is that just like anything else, you have to figure out, like all of the sensor tech we have to, when we get something, we have to test it against each other. Like if we have the tri-field on an RF setting, the RF, not the electro, not the magnetic, but the RF setting, and we are using it during live streaming, we will sometimes pick it up.
Yeah.
So we're aware of that because we have to test everything on each other to make sure that it doesn't set the other like pieces of equipment off. So you don't get false positives like that. So we've got to do a lot of testing with this over the next like few weeks to make sure that nothing. The other thing too is with the tri-field, and that's the thing that you always see on the ghost shows, it's a staple. If you move it really quickly,
it'll spike.
It.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when you see people just waving it around willy-nilly,
like, oh my God, I'm getting the ghost.
Not a little movement, but a lot of the very exaggerated. Watch some of the ghost shows
just
and stuff like that you do.
Like when I use it, just moving it like this, it'll go whoa. So you really have to just be very.
But if you've got it, and like I use my little Christmassy flashlight here, and you're just seeing it just whip around like that, and they're getting crazy readings, that's why. So hate to share a trade secret there, but we've got to learn this and learn what it does. If it does anything, we'll see. So
Shade Viking, I don't know. Oh, Holler has a new gadget. Hope Joe don't channel David Pilates. It's really sad what happened to David Pilates.
Yeah. Enzo knows about the Yule Lads. That's one of those like lesser known. Like I said, there's a whole range of like Christmas monsters, if you just want to call them like that. There's the Yule Lads. Everybody knows.
Do
about
people
Krampus.
refer to Baba Yaga as a Christmas tale? Or
there
is
is
that just
there is some associations with Baba Yaga with it. And now there's a Italian, and I can't remember her name to save my life. There's a whole thing of Christmas witches where they're associated with. There's one in Italy that basically takes the place of Santa Claus, and she flies around and gives presents. And La Befana, a friendlier witch from Italy who delivers treats to children on the eve of the Epiphany. That's January 5th. So she is said to have provided shelter and food to the wise men on their way. All right, now it's coming back to me. She provided shelter and food to the wise men when they were going to see Christ born.
Oh, okay.
But she did not go with them herself. And then afterwards, she realized
She just helped some weary travelers along the way.
exactly. But afterwards, she realized that the importance of what had happened. So then she took took it upon herself to kind of become a Santa figure. There is another Icelandic witch, Grilla.
Grilla eats children. I have a painting of Grilla in my office.
Yeah, is that where I know that from? So you have a painting of Grilla?
Yeah,
she's associated with like the winter solstice and with Christmas and all of that.
It's really important to have a child-eating witch portrait in your office.
There's Belsnickel. There's something called the Whipping Man. It's Pierre Flotard or something like that. But he's like he basically is a little bit more, they always talk about beating him with switches.
Yeah.
He's flat out like flogging people. So
Pork Chop says, sounds like Spearfinger. Spearfinger is a legend. The Spearfinger legend comes about around in fall when you have the burning of the chestnuts on the ground.
Bonnie had already had Grilla up here. So
oh, nice.
Grilla's boys, the Yule lads. So I'm just catching up back here.
Suji says
she mentioned
Baba
that
Yaga was more of a rite of passage into manhood. Young boys had to go into the forest alone and spend the night to encounter her and not run away.
Jesse has got a Baba Yaga hut that I got for Christmas one year that was made from a legit. She's in the Canadian wilderness. She lives in a little cabin. She raises some horses and some cattle.
Yes.
She does basically just weird arts and crafts for like a living. And I was able to get that I don't even know how it got here.
But it has actual chicken feet on the hut.
Yeah.
She constructed the entire hut, but it has actual chicken feet.
Baba Yaga she's like a reverse Santa, I think, in the folklore. I think she tries to steal kids, like the milk will sour, and she'll get in and try to steal children's presents in that particular portion of it. So
travels around in her mortar and pestle.
Ah, yes. Wow, hold on. I just Googled this. We've got to actually, as soon as we get off here, we're going to look into this. And the folklore is a lot more in depth than I knew. I just had a passing familiarity with it. In Russia and other Slavic countries, kids also hear about Baba Yaga, a haggard old witch who tries to steal children's holiday gifts and is the enemy of Father Frost and the Snow Maiden. It sounds like some Narnia stuff going on. Yeah, that sounds awesome. So actually, let me bookmark that. I want to get off here and try.
We're going to get into the Snow Maiden stuff. We might not go to 9 tonight because it is Christmas.
Father Frost. And
we don't want to keep you guys too late.
I don't want to put this up, but when they're talking about the Yule lads.
Oh, they do have that. Don't they have that poop log?
What?
The poop log. There was a.
Oh, Jesus. I'm putting the stuff up I wasn't going to do. Everybody's getting. Channels demonetized. We're done.
Okay. Can I talk about the poop log or not?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I didn't know you're shooting down the poop log or not. Okay, so there's the log that you feed gifts to. It's a log you have a little face on. You feed gifts to, like oranges and whatnot. And then eventually, at the end of a certain number of days, it poops out a gift for you. There's a poop at the end.
Where is this from?
This is a thing, right?
Is this something you drew? I think
I didn't make up the poop log. The poop log is real. The Christmas poop log is real. Where is this?
I will. Has anybody heard
it? It sounds German, doesn't it?
Actually, it does.
Scheiße log. Scheiße log.
Well, here, hold on. Cagatillo. I don't even want to say this.
Tell me I'm right.
What the hell? It's in Spain. It's Spanish.
Oh, it's a Spanish poop log, of course.
What in the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, you learn something new every day.
Cryptic Castleberry Paranormal says the Yule Cat is my favorite.
I know that's something that I know the term of it, but I don't know any of the surrounding folklore with that.
With the Yule Cat?
With the Yule Cat. And to be honest with you, I seem to remember seeing it in the past, but I get enough of cats throughout the course of the week, and but I don't really know that much about the Yule Cat. So
The Yule cat is a huge and vicious cat from Icelandic Christmas folklore that is said to lurk in the snowy countryside during the Christmas season and eat people who do not receive new clothing before Christmas Eve.
Wait, so if you don't get new clothing, this cat, you're eaten by a cat.
Yes.
Insult to freaking
In other versions of the story, the cat just eats the food of people without new clothes. It is closely associated with other figures in Icelandic folklore, considered the pet of the ogress Grýla and her sons, the Yule lads. So the Yule cat is involved with Grýla and
that
the
I didn't
lads.
know. I didn't know that. So
it's all connected, bro. So you gotta get some new clothes. We have too many Yule cats about here.
this is thank you for that, by the way, Mr. Castleberry, sir. Wildman Tattoo, the investigation of the old burned house that you did with Katie was weird as hell. Did you ever follow up what might have been in that cellar? No, we don't have access to that place anymore.
Nope, that was that we have lost our access to that area.
Place. We cannot get in there. I don't even know if that's still standing or if they took that down. Very weird though. But even then, back then, I was so skeptical about everything like that because I'm going. We're out looking for ghosts. So how are we misinterpreting things here? What are we doing right now? Do we have it on our mind so much that we're forcing it to happen? And now I'm just going, yeah, we're aware of that. Okay. But I was still a little skeptical back then of just what we were picking up on the spirit box and all of that. But now I'm a lot more open into the possibility of that stuff being legit. So.
Ada Cox said that Joe Perdue has a log like it. So Joe Perdue is an owner.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Okay. Joe Perdue is our buddy from Wild Weird, West Virginia. So
Michael Carrion says, Merry Christmas, Jesse and Joe, and to all the Hellbent Holler family. Looking forward to 2025 investigations. We're really looking forward to, I want to go back to Uwari.
Yep.
I am looking forward to that. I'd like to meet up with Julie Wrench. She has some really, really terrifying audio that she's captured over the past few years out there in the Uwari. And it kind of leans towards there's a lot more out there than just Bigfoot.
Julie Wrench is up in the URs in North Carolina, and she has worked with people from the Olympic Project as far as like doing some recordings on her property because she was catching up some weird stuff. And she reached out to us after we went up there into the URs. And, the Bigfoot community is a very mixed bag of people. And sometimes they are just total a-holes. And sometimes they're pretty freaking cool. Julie's the latter. She's pretty freaking, she's really cool. But reached out, talked to us, invited us to come up and check out her spot, And then she's like, would you like to hear some of the audio that I've never released publicly? And I'm like, yeah, sure thing. And she sent it, and then she followed up going, have you listened to it yet? And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I just, the day job's keeping me occupied. So Jesse's at work one night, and I sat down and start listening to this stuff. And it's damn near like around midnight. I've got headphones on.
It's horrifying.
I'm in this old house, and it spooked the hell out of me. And I messaged her going, you don't think this is Bigfoot, do you? And she goes, oh, no, I don't think the one you're talking about, I don't think it's Bigfoot. And I'm going, this is like evil fae activity. I don't even know how to describe this. This is like you want an exorcist to come out or, burn down the woods, bless what's left. So,
and there's a lot of really crazy ghost stories that come out of the URs and from the Burkhead Wilderness. I'm really looking forward to jumping in over there and checking that out. It was a hot spot for Bigfoot activity and Bigfoot investigations for such a long time. And then it kind of died off. But there's so much more to it than Bigfoot. Enzo Surreal says we be doing a 2025 predictions.
Actually, not a bad idea.
I almost woke you up the other night because I was like,
we're doing it now. You know what I'm saying?
I almost woke you up the other night because I was listening to an old Art Bell episode and I was like, oh my God, we have got to do this.
Okay, so
we have got to do this.
There you go. Everybody next week.
Yes.
Come prepared with your predictions for 2025.
We'll do a call in. You will patch in. We'll put the link up. You will come on. You will give us your predictions for 2025.
We will take a vote from the chat on whether they think it's ridiculous or doable.
Yes.
And then we'll see how the year unfolds.
We'll write these predictions down, and then we will see who is psychic and who is not.
And then maybe anybody gets a prediction.
You get a prize.
Maybe we'll give you I don't know. What? Like I'm trying to come up with something like a Hellbent Holler socks or
Oh,
something.
I thought you were going to come up with something freaking weird. I was
No,
like,
man,
oh,
no,
I was
no,
going to say
no,
a hat or a T-shirt would be cool, but you're coming up with some weird stuff in your brain.
They're getting the poop log.
You get a poop log.
You get a poop log.
Congratulations. Homemade. Yeah, if your prediction comes true throughout the year, we'll send you a link for a free Hellbent Holler T-shirt from the store. Or a sock, I guess.
One sock. And then you got to come back the next year and you got to get another prediction right to get the matching set. There you go.
God. You're going to have Joe Monagle just getting some socks, boy.
Suchi wanted to know, have you all tried dowsing rods? Jesse has like the Cadillac of dowsing rods that the Dooster
I
made.
do.
I got to reach out to Dooster. I haven't talked to him. Dooster's still
on the mend.
Recovering from his multiple, the Dooster. What else you got started here? Let's see what else we got.
Yeah, the Dooster he gave those to me at Tennessee Wildman the first year.
Yeah,
they are Cadillac.
They're nuts. They're bananas. They're crazy. So,
Ada Cox.
Thank you for that, Ada. We
Thank
appreciate
you,
that.
Ada.
So, Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you so much. We might, and I might even.
Yes, next Monday we'll be doing predictions. So
next Monday predictions.
Put on your thinking caps and your predicting caps and come up with some
consult your oracles.
Throw your bones.
Yes. Consult your chicken livers.
What were you going to say?
I lost my train of thought.
Okay. We're a little disjointed today on the show,
know,
aren't
man.
we?
That's holidays are getting us, man.
The holidays are getting us pretty bad.
Grilla is the villain in the movie The Red One. I am fascinated with Father Frost and the Snow Maiden fighting I love really rich. I mean,
you like a fleshed out
I like
story.
a fleshed out crazy story like that. So
yeah. Kim Drescher's looking for ayahuasca, apparently. They wouldn't have any ayahuasca. That's how she's going to be throwing out those predictions.
Oh, good Lord, man. So
throwing bones. Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Here's what's the show is very difficult to do sometimes because I'm trying to scan through the chat.
I
so just do it.
Yeah.
And then you see things like this. I heard plumbers talk about having to,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there is that.
How is this thing still on YouTube? How is this still on
YouTube? Yeah, it is a bit of a disjointed Christmas show.
It is a bit of a disjointed.
Ho, ho, ho. So now this is not doing anything. I'm going to turn it up just a hair.
Turn it up just a tad bit.
Let's see what that does. I'm excited about using this thing. I'm building up my ghost hunting equipment kit. I was really excited to get this. Joe, you got the last one available, didn't you?
I got it a while ago, which is good because they don't have any more out right now that I can tell. Let's see here. We're not going to probably go too terribly longer.
I know that Denim Devil, our boy, is Merry Christmas all. I'm getting off here. I took a melatonin and a gabapentin, and my wife is taking me to see Christmas lights. That sounds like a hoot and a holler.
We'll be looking for the phone call to come bail you out. So let's see.
Oh, yeah. Oh, let's do a knife check. How about that?
We almost, and then I gotta, mine's not something you'd wear. I mean, I guess you could, but you've seen it in some of my videos. This is what Jesse got me last Christmas, which is
That's a pretty sweet.
That's a really
Christmas
sweet
gift.
Christmas gift, but
yes.
It's freaking awesome. I love giant Bowie knives. We go armed doing this stuff, but it's comforting to have a big old sharpened hunk of metal with you when you're out there in the woods.
I have this black on black Winkler dagger here. We got this on our first trip to see the Brown Mountain Lights because Winkler has a store over in Boone, North Carolina that is adjacent to where we went and saw the Brown Mountain Lights and recorded them for the first time. So that's my Brown Mountain dagger, baby.
I think we need to almost have Bonnie on as a guest one night because she's a wellspring of just like folklore knowledge.
I think so too.
The Holly King and the Oak King is it takes place in a lot of like Western folklore, and it's the basically the personification of like the summer and the winter and their internal battle.
Oh,
You know what
wow,
I'm saying?
okay.
The Oak King represents summertime and warmer weather, and then the Holly King is like the colder months and shorter days and everything like that. So
JD Smooth says he's afraid of the ghost hunting. Joe is very nervous about the ghost hunting.
I don't like the ghost hunting.
We're not going to do a lot of it. Just because it's mentally taxing. It's very, especially when I do these contact experiments. The contact experiment project is probably going to take a very long time for me to do, simply because I have to learn how to do some of these contact modalities. And every time you do them and make somewhat contact, it's very taxing on me mentally. It takes a lot out of me. When I deploy the device that Dewey, the Deucer, the Wizard of Soggy Bottom, built for me, that's going to be something that I'm going to have recovery time for. We're really looking forward to taking that through some beta testing here and then taking that out.
Yeah, that's going to be just,
we're trying to decide on a location to deploy it, though. That would be the best place to deploy it.
I don't even know.
Because that's the king of contact.
I don't even know how to address that. So, where did I just, hold on. We've got like the craziest, best chat and like the whole.
What you got?
Where did I start it?
Jeff Matlow has one here. Have you heard of the Carnix?
That's what I was looking for.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. The Carnix is like
the Celtic war horn. Weird haunting sounds. Maybe something to try in the field.
You hold it up.
Okay.
And it has like usually an elongated boar's head on the top of it. And they would blow it when they fight the Romans. It's got a really weird
Carnix.
Carnix, yeah. You can buy reproductions of those nowadays. That's hats off to you. You rarely hear anybody talk about that. Let me see if I can get
Celtic war horn.
Let me see if I can play this and it'll come over the.
We need to go try some wild hunt stuff with that.
Is
that what it's for?
Hold on. Let me see if I can. This will probably.
It's because you're not.
Damn it. See the little tone? It sounds like a very Lord of the Rings like, and then very weird at the same time. But yeah, the Carnix. I wonder what you can get a reproduction one like that for how much those run. Probably expensive as all damn get out. I'm on the camera hunt right now, man. I can't be buying ancient Celtic war horns.
Speaking of which, Smog13, camera fun. Merry Christmas.
Hey, thank you, my friend.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna get a new camera and hopefully let this guy that we're on right now limp along.
They are actually pretty reasonable. You can get a brass.
Is that what it is?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I
crazy
want
looking.
one.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I want one. Let me pull it up here so I can share it with people so they can see it.
Yeah, 6 feet high. This one. That's an accurate.
My gosh.
Yeah, you have to hold it up. So, and they would actually go into battle with those. They would be so it would serve as both a standard. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the sound of it, but yeah, you would have like dozens of those going at the same time.
So this is on Amazon.
Get anything on Amazon.
Get the Amazon Carnix here. I'm gonna share this with you guys so you guys can see this thing. This is dope. All right, so I know everybody in the well, not everybody. A lot of people that were doing cryptid stuff are really looking into using
Aztec
the shofar,
and the Aztec death whistle.
Look at this thing. Look at this bad boy. Let's see expanded view. Oh yeah. Look at that. That is cool.
Yep.
Oh yeah. That's neat. That is neat. That is super cool. Yeah, we might need to get one of those bad boys.
That'll be
But I know that a lot of people were experimenting with using the shofar. We have a shofar that Suji sent us that we still need to blow.
I got to get better at blowing it, man. Sometimes I do it and it comes out okay. And then other times it's
you just got to get one good one out there.
Yeah, but here's the deal is that when we blow it, we want to blow it on a live stream. So if anything happens, everybody shares in it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be live, a bunch of people watching. It's going to be a very charged moment. And then if I get it and it just goes, and it just comes out like a weak little fart.
A weak little fart.
I need something commanding and like very powerful. And I'm not up to that level yet. So, piff, piff.
Yeah, the dog man is going to be like, what was that?
What was that?
A weak little fart. It is a bad omen.
Oh, lordy. Let's see here.
Robin Ray said, have you investigated Werewolf Springs in Middle Tennessee?
We tried to.
That was a great failure of an attempt.
That's why we sometimes call Kim Drescher Patty Hearst, because we didn't really drag Kim Drescher along with us, but we were at the Tennessee Wildman Conference, which was right next to it. And we were planning on taking some people there. And the damn park, because there was like a cryptid and paranormal conference there, shut all that area down and wouldn't let you in. So we were just going to break in. We were going to climb. We were going to break our way in somehow. And we asked Kim, "Would you want to go like commit a felony and break into like go Werewolf Springs?" And she's just like,
"Let me get my boots."
Let me get my boots. So, but we couldn't get in there. They had it all blocked off, and it was too. So, yeah, we weren't able to get in there. We want to, but we were not able to. Get in,
yeah. We'll eventually go back, I think, over that way and maybe investigate that. But we're not going to let anybody know when we're going over there.
We're going to watch out.
All right, guys. What you gonna do now, homie?
Think we're wrapping up soon.
We're gonna wrap up soon because it is Christmas Eve.
It's Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
There is a chance that we might go live. If we go live tomorrow night, and we might just pop on for like an hour or something like that. I know a lot of people. Don't anybody feel obligated to show up, but
yeah.
I know a lot of people are going to be spending time with families. Other people are like working, or their families are working, or anything like that. So.
And you know what we'll do if we do I say we'll do a little one if we feel like it. We might feel like it for about an hour or so. Just a little touch and base. We'll do it from the library.
Or if we can't, I'll maybe do something like Wednesday night. I'll do something Christmas night.
Because I have to work Wednesday. Yeah.
I still want to do a traditional Christmas ghost story thing sometime. You know what I'm saying?
We could do that.
We might think about doing that.
Would you do it where people call in and tell ghost stories, or we tell ghost stories?
Yeah. No. People would have to call in.
We can do that. That would be a lot of fun, I think. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. God bless from JDM Beats. Thank you very much, my friend.
So, the Play It by Ear Xmas is your show.
What'd you say?
I'm reading some of the comments here. But so what do we have upcoming as we kind of get into the last part of this is that Jesse is going to be working on the rest of the footage that we have captured so far from Laurel Creek.
Yeah.
And do it. And I don't know how that is going to progress at this point, because I'm just gonna be honest with you, because of the way it's progressing with the witnesses right now is not what we kind of anticipated. And to be honest with you, if it hadn't been such a crazy active area with just all sorts of weirdness, we'd probably be walking away from it right now. As it is, we'll see how it unfolds. But we have that. We are going to be doing a return to the area, that settlement where we released on Halloween. And I guess, and I've mentioned this on the comments, some people, we probably should have highlighted this a lot better, because some people were going, why are parts of it falling down and other parts it looks like the roof is new? Well, like a few years ago, there was an attempt to kind of like fix the place up because it's historically important.
And then they abandoned it.
And then they just stopped. And I'm not saying that they did it because, they were chased off by the spirits or anything like that. The budget might have got cut. They might have ran out of money. I don't know. But they started fixing it up and then they stopped. So that's why parts of it, you can tell that there's been repair work to still keep the period.
Of course, I'm thankful for that, because I want to investigate it and I don't want it falling on my head.
Yeah, but there's other parts that have fallen in. So that's why that's why you get into some areas and you can see where they put like a new tin roof on one of them and like kind of shored the ceiling up, but the floor is still collapsing. Mm-hmm. And then you get into another area and they kind of did a little bit of work on a wall and the ceiling, but the floor is collapsing and then the other walls are falling in. So
Mr. Booberry says, Ghosts of Appalachia 2, City Boy returns.
Thank you for that, Grace. Happy holidays,
Thank you,
everyone.
Grace. Yeah, absolutely.
I've been remiss not saying Hollerdays as much as I said Halloween that time.
Halloween
Got to work on our branding there, man.
It really stuck.
Other people in the paranormal and cryptid communities were getting sick and tired of hearing us say that, I think. And everybody saying it. Because there were literally people like on Facebook and all that wishing each other happy Halloween. And you could just tell that people were just going, enough with these two weirdos from South Carolina already.
These cringe lords.
Thank you for that, Grace. We appreciate it. So
yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Let's do last call, and then I'm gonna make us some dinner. It's Christmas Eve.
Yep.
I want you guys to really enjoy your holiday. Yeah. I want you to eat some good food and spend time with your loved ones. And, let's end this year on a positive note, I think. And let's gear up. Let's get ready to kick off 2025, hit the ground running, and get hardcore with it. We've got so much cool new equipment.
Yeah.
That was part of our whole Christmas thing, is getting new equipment to do more investigations, to get more hardcore with it, to get further and deeper.
Yeah. And like I said, we appreciate all the support tonight, guys. We appreciate everything. If you like what we do, think about possibly supporting it a little bit. We both work in addition to doing this, so we ain't living off of it, but it does help us with the equipment.
I'm working on Christmas Day.
She's working on it. Yeah, exactly. Working on Christmas Day. But we are going to. We got some cool stuff planned. We just got to figure out how to do it with some of the witness reports we get in.
How to navigate that situation.
Yeah, and it's I guess if that's all you do and you're going with like a large group of people, but we're always like just the two of us doing this, and we're always worried about, is somebody trying to lure us in to hoax us, or maybe even something worse,
like keep you in a basement for 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we try to like be kind of unpredictable with some of this stuff. But we do have a couple of witnesses that are going to be coming up that we have gotten to know.
Yeah.
And that we're going to speak to and bring out. And that's going to be pretty cool. That'll probably be before.
I think so, yeah.
That'll probably be this winter that we get in with those. So anyway, folks, we're going to wrap it up and let everybody get onto your
Christmas celebrations, everybody. Let's watch some good dark Christmas movies. Let's have some good food. Let's relax. Let's recharge, and let's hit the ground running when we come back. How's that sound?
That sounds awesome to me. And I'm going to go start reading about Baba Yaga and Father Frost. So, all right. I think we're done. Hey, guys, thank you all so much.
Merry Christmas, you guys. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah.
It's been a wild year.
It has.
It has been a wild year, and 2025 ain't going to slow down. There ain't no brakes on this train. So, ain't no brakes.
We're doing it live. Thank you guys so much. It was a bit of a crazy show, but you know what? Whatever. It's the holidays. Have fun. Let's do it.
86 is waiting for Nosferatu.
I am too. I have to work on Christmas Day. I want to see it so bad. When I finally am not working this week, I will go and see it, but I'm excited about Nosferatu.
Merry Christmas. Turn your stuff on. We might try to go live again over the next couple of days. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just me solo for a while Christmas night, for those of you who are stuck at work and want to kind of get some weirdo interaction.
You know where to find one.
Yeah, well, it is, because like a lot of us get to that point where it's hard for us to like talk about normal topics with normal people. And you can fake it for a few minutes, and then after that you're going,
oh gosh,
what do you know about the UFOs over New Jersey? So you need some kind of weirdo interaction at this point. So
oh gosh. All right, guys. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Let's go get some dinner started, Joseph. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody who contributed to the new camera fund, so we can take that thing back to the woods and get a new camera for this. I think that's exactly what we need to do. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. You guys are the best. Hellbender members, let us know what you think about that new video we dropped today. To give that a watch and let us know what you think. Thank you, guys. We'll see you later. Take it easy.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.